19 years old, what was your life like then?
I used to be back and forth from my mama and my daddy. Just a little young running wild, just in the hood. Like, my mama, she used to move around. She'd have lived all over BR, so I'm running around them ghettos, you know what I'm saying? Like, making a name for myself. But I'm gonna say, man, I jumped off the porch like 15, you know what I'm saying? Hustling and trapping and shit. Like, on the block, we on the block, all us on the block, we really on that hustling.
What excites that? You seen them with it? Like,
yeah, just like I grew up in that environment, so it was easy to become a man on the corner than become a man in the work field. Because what I seen growing up was grinding, 17, 18, 19, got money, nice cars, got clothes, and them ain't getting up going nobody job, ain't getting up going to work every day. I didn't grow up in that working environment. And so when I walk outside, I see the same every day, you feel me? Doing the same shit. So it was easier to get, but my daddy, he always was a working man, you feel me? But you know, that ain't the majority of what I seen. So, you know, I had a few jobs throughout my life, you feel me? But once I realized, like, man, look, I started like investing in the streets more. So being on the block or whatever, and I started hustling and meet more motherfuckers in the streets, that really like gave me an opportunity to say fuck the job shit, because it was interfering. It was like one or the other. You know what I'm saying? So it like, the more my responsibilities grew as a young man, the more like I felt like I had to go get that money.
The main goal was to hustle till your money long. Then you go and get your mom out that public home. In Brookstown serving chickens out the bins.
At the same time you were seeing the success, you had to see some of your partners going to jail, some of them getting knocked off and shit.
Yeah, but like we all came in this shit with flawless first. You come in this shit flawless. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like I see my dying and going to jail, then I jumped in this shit. We all came in this shit together. You feel me? And like when I first started hustling, it used to be me, my dog Bell, you know what I'm saying? We used to be in the bottom on his people in the block right there, you know, by Taylor Street and shit, like dead end shit by the Fina. We used to be hustling with, like, we all was still in school and shit, but we still were hustling 16, 17, you feel me? I had a car and everything.
The work touch, so I'm selling it cheap. Diamond dancing on the petty for lead. Over, yeah, we never gonna beef.
I'm talking about the streets and things that come with it, right? That's what kind of went through my mind.
Right.
So you ever been robbed?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through it? Is there anything you talk about?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I remember like first time ever went with the move on me. And it was my fault. I'm gonna keep it real, it was my fault, cause an OG told me, named Moon, OG Moon, rest in peace Moon. You know what I'm saying? He was a real low key, and like he tell me like, man, look, if a keep calling you feel me? Don't move on another time. If a keep calling you, man, you must be up to something. If a can't wait on you, man, dude telling me that. And like, so one day, steady boo, 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 steady calling, and I was supposed to bring somebody with me because I had a funny feeling, but I overlooked it because there was somebody that I used to f with. Like we used to be, you know, we done business before, so I go pull up, you know, I still go do the shit, boom, I go catch the who I'm waiting on, who I'm familiar with, get in the car with me, and another walk up and draw down on me. You feel me? I had a, you feel me? But if I'd have reached for that, probably killed me. So
he was in your window?
Yeah, he was right there, like put that bitch on me, like, you know, boom, they take off, woo woo, they take off, whatever. So so all
what's going through your mind at that point?
I'm in the city in the car, so in my mind I'm like, man, and boom told me, like, I'm like, man, I don't do, like, I will kill you, but so I go back, so boom, I go regroup. And I'm like, man, look.
No, I'm trying to slow it down. What I'm saying is, right, at the point
when they got the gun on me.
Yeah, in my mind, it's like a movie, right? As you saying this shit, because
this shit happened so fast, I can't really say exactly how I was feeling, because that shit was so long. I was a young, but I just remember drawing down on me. I'm getting this shit, they run off, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I really can't remember exactly how I felt, but I wasn't scared. I honestly say I wasn't scared. You feel me? Because it's like, when you live a certain way, certain shit, you still know this can happen. You feel me? Anything can happen. You feel me?
Where I was going to, at no point in that moment you felt like do that shit, you might squeeze.
Yeah. I mean, it was, I ain't think of that. I ain't think of it like that, but I knew if I reached for my gun, well, they knew I had the gun. They knew I had a gun cause it was visible. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't visible. I ain't bring a gun because I thought a would rob me. I used to have that bitch with me. I ain't, cause I always told me if you gotta go bring a strap to serve, you shouldn't be serving. So that's the, you know what I'm saying? So it really just getting too comfortable and going and not paying attention to yo, you know, to the shit that told you. Now you gotta use that shit. Man, tell you something, they ain't telling you just to tell you because they done went through it. So it was like, man, shit, that was my fault. You know, that was my fault.
That's how you accepted it.
That's how I accepted it. Like, it was my fault. And then, like, all right. So what I want to get to is like saying, like, man, you should do this, and then you got saying you should do that. Woo the woo. But I ain't gonna lie, me having a strong mind, I'm like, look, if a rob me, and I'm pretty sure if certain people who I ain't tell no, meaning if he gets smoked, 9 times out of 10, they gonna put the pressure on me. And now I can't get no more money because now I gotta worry about if the people on me or woo the woo. So I'm like, that wouldn't, I think that shit was a couple zips, probably like a 4 or 2 or deuce or some shit like that. That's some shit I could get back out the bowl. I don't give a about that. But it is, I do understand, like, you can't let me just play with you like that. You feel me? So I understand, but certain instances, certain situations, you ain't no on God's earth ever got get back on everything that ever did something to them. You will be a lying up. You say you did. So certain shit, you got to let time run its course. And certain shit you have to deal with. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But like that situation, I can just say I was cool with. You know, like I had, you know, nigga against. I had learned from that. Papa taught me how to be a long-term thinker, because if you make a short-term decision, you go kill a nigga over a couple zaps. Cause I feel like if you rob a like me, cause a like me, man, I look out. I show love. So if you rob or steal from a like me, I feel like it ain't nothing else you wouldn't do. You a rat on, you a tail, you a set up. So if you a like that, I just don't want you around me. So if it take a couple zips for me to realize, just don't, I'd rather not put that iron on you and not have to, and I want you to live with the thought of that you gonna do me something, you might tell on me. You feel me? So I just let time run its course, you feel me?
So I know you said you've been in jail before, so what's the experience for, what is it like for Vicks in jail?
I mean, it ain't like, jail is really based off of your status, you know what I'm saying? So if you with a name, you gonna have like, just like in the streets, man, that like you and that don't like you know what I'm saying? So I went through like some of the same shit that everybody else went through, like fighting, you know.
Do your celebrity ever get in the middle of things?
Oh, that shit play a part. Like I say, when you in jail, whether you got a name, like if you a rapper or a trapper or whatever you got a name in, it still matter. It ain't no different. Like if Lissy go to jail, he a jack boy, you know, he still gonna have just as much status as a rapper, cause it's about respect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it don't make you no different. It might be the CEOs and shit, might be a little more different, like, you know what I'm saying? On some fanned out shit, depending on how you carry yourself.